With the Toronto Maple Leafs relentlessly pursuing reinforcements to bolster their depth at the center position, new rumors are stirring excitement across the NHL, especially among the team's passionate fan base. Two names have emerged in a recent report from a respected Toronto journalist, reigniting hopes of a high-profile addition before the trade deadline on March 7th. It's no secret that the Leafs management is determined to strengthen the roster for the crucial final stretch of the season and, of course, the highly anticipated playoffs. With Auston Matthews currently recovering from an injury and John Tavares holding down the center role, the need for a quality third-line center is more evident than ever. Among the many speculations circulating, two players stand out, as highlighted by Steve Simmons of the Toronto Sun. The first name Simmons mentioned is Brock Nelson from the New York Islanders, a seasoned veteran with 12 NHL seasons under his belt and a commanding physical presence, standing at 6'4". Simmons didn't hold back in his praise for Nelson. He's the perfect fit for a third line behind Matthews and Tavares. With 27 playoff goals in 78 games, Nelson is one of those guys who knows how to deliver in crucial moments. In addition to bringing experience, Nelson would offer both offensive and defensive consistency, essential traits for a team with championship aspirations. Simmons suggested that a potential deal could involve a first-round draft pick along with young prospects like Nick Robertson or goaltender Dennis Hildeby. While that's a steep price to pay, many fans believe such a trade could be the final piece needed to push the Leafs to the next level. The second player Simmons brought up was Yanni Gourde, currently with the Seattle Kraken. Gourde boasts an impressive resume, having played a key role in the Tampa Bay Lightning's two recent Stanley Cup victories. However, Simmons cautions that Gourde's performance has somewhat declined, describing him as a diminishing asset. He could still contribute significantly, though perhaps not to the same extent as Nelson. Even so, he brings championship experience and energy, which is hard to overlook. Beyond trade rumors, another piece of news has lifted the spirits of Leafs fans. Auston Matthews' return may be closer than initially feared. After weeks of uncertainty, recent updates suggest that the team's star player is recovering well and could rejoin the lineup in time to help the Leafs before the playoffs begin. This is undoubtedly a huge relief for head coach Sheldon Keefe, who has had to constantly adjust the lines in Matthews' absence. Additionally, there is speculation about a potential contract extension for Steven Lorentz. According to sources close to the organization, Lorentz could sign a new deal with the team in the coming days. Lorentz has proven to be a valuable component of the Leafs system, and renewing his contract would ensure stability in the team's forward lineup. For Toronto Maple Leafs fans, expectations are always sky-high, and this season is no different, with the team showing consistency and progress. The possible acquisitions of Brock Nelson or Yanni Gourde, combined with Auston Matthews' return, have fueled hopes of finally breaking the championship drought and lifting the Stanley Cup. The truth is, Leafs fans have endured many ups and downs over the years, and their hunger for success makes every detail, rumor, and market move a focal point of attention. Simmons, well known for his insider knowledge of NHL affairs, has brought attention to two names that fit the team's current needs. Now, it's up to management to show the boldness required to pull off a deal that could change the course of the season. Meanwhile, fans continue to pack Scotiabank Arena, believing that this could finally be the year when dreams turn into reality. With Matthews returning, Tavares playing at a high level, and the prospect of major reinforcements, could this finally be the long-awaited moment of glory for the Toronto Maple Leafs? After all, in a city where hockey is nearly a religion, hope never dies. With less than 2 months until the trade deadline, the Toronto Maple Leafs find themselves at a pivotal moment in the season. Management knows that every decision made now could determine whether this team is ready to end decades of heartbreak and capture its first Stanley Cup since 1967. That's why the names of Brock Nelson and Yanni Gourde have sparked so much excitement and debate among fans and analysts alike. Both players offer something different, and either one could fill the glaring need for a reliable third-line center capable of taking on tough assignments. In Brock Nelson, the Leafs would be getting a player with a proven track record in high-pressure situations. Over the course of his 12-year NHL career, Nelson has built a reputation as a dependable two-way center who excels in the playoffs. His size, combined with his offensive instincts and defensive reliability, makes him an ideal candidate for a team looking to make a deep playoff run. Moreover, his leadership and experience would complement Toronto's existing core, providing much-needed stability on and off the ice. Of course, a trade of this magnitude comes with a price. As Simmons pointed out, the Islanders would likely demand significant assets in return, including a first-round draft pick and at least one promising prospect. While giving up young talents like Nick Robertson or Dennis Hildeby may be difficult, it's a move that could pay immediate dividends. The Maple Leafs aren't in a rebuilding phase, they're in win-now mode. Sacrificing future potential for present success is a gamble, but one that might be necessary to capitalize on their current window of opportunity. On the other hand, Yanni Gourde presents a slightly different profile. Unlike Nelson, who has spent his entire career with the Islanders, Gourde's experience comes from being part of a dominant Tampa Bay Lightning team that won back-to-back Stanley Cups in 2020 and 2021. Known for his grit, energy, and relentless work ethic, Gourde would bring a level of tenacity that Toronto's bottom six has sometimes lacked. He may not have the same scoring prowess as Nelson, but his versatility and playoff pedigree could still make him a valuable addition. However, as Simmons suggested, Gourde's recent performance raises questions about whether he can still be the difference-maker he once was. At 32 years old, Gourde may no longer have the same speed and offensive touch that made him such a force during Tampa's championship years. That said, his ability to disrupt opponents, win key faceoffs, and play a physical game would still make him a valuable asset for a playoff-bound team like the Leafs. One factor that complicates Toronto's trade considerations is the salary cap. Both Nelson and Gourde come with significant cap hits, and the Maple Leafs would need to find a way to fit either player into their payroll without exceeding the league's limit. This could mean parting with another roster player or convincing the other team to retain some of the salary in the deal. Regardless, it's a challenge that general manager Brad Treliving must navigate carefully. Meanwhile, the potential return of Auston Matthews is looming large over these discussions. When healthy, Matthews is one of the most dominant players in the NHL, capable of changing the course of a game single-handedly. His return would not only strengthen the team's offense but also provide a morale boost to a squad that has shown resilience in his absence. Adding a player like Nelson or Gourde alongside Matthews' return could turn Toronto into a formidable contender overnight. Another name quietly gaining attention in the Leafs camp is Steven Lorentz. While he may not have the star power of Nelson or Gourde, Lorentz has proven himself to be a reliable and versatile forward. Extending his contract would be a smart move, ensuring that the team retains depth in its forward group for the foreseeable future. He's the kind of under-the-radar player who could have a big impact in a long playoff run. Beyond the immediate roster considerations, the trade rumors also speak to a larger issue: the Maple Leafs' long-standing quest to build a team that can succeed when it matters most. Over the past few years, the Leafs have faced repeated disappointments in the playoffs, often falling short despite strong regular season performances. Adding proven playoff performers like Nelson or Gourde could be the missing piece in a puzzle that has frustrated fans for decades. As the trade deadline approaches, one thing is clear: the pressure is on. The Leafs are not just playing for this season, they're playing for their legacy. Every move made between now and March 7th will be scrutinized, and fans will be watching closely, hoping that this time, it will all come together. For Toronto, hockey is more than just a game, it's a way of life. The city has waited far too long for its beloved Maple Leafs to bring home another Stanley Cup. With the right moves, this could finally be the year when dreams are realized and a new chapter in the franchise's storied history is written. Whether it's Brock Nelson, Yanni Gourde, or even another surprise addition, one thing is certain: the Maple Leafs are gearing up for something big. And for the fans, the excitement is palpable.